The latest on France's big day. Hello there, Paul. Where are you exactly now?
I am, Anne. Morning to you, morning to Stephen. We're in the 14th district of Paris. We're in an intermediary school, L'École Intermédiaire, which is a school for children aged 2 to 6. It is a polling station, just the same as we go to vote in some schools in a general election in the UK to cast our vote there. So in the past hour, we've been told by an election official here that 124 people have voted. That is 10% of the people in this district. They come in through the playground, they then enter this gym, this sports hall, and then just there they're given two envelopes. One says, or two pieces of paper. One says Le Pen, one says Macron, and then they choose which they want, and then they put it in the envelope, and then they pass it to the gentleman over there, and he says "à voter," and then which basically says to the lady, "I've cast my vote," and then she ticks that. They then sign the register, the French register, and that's it. They've cast their vote. They've exercised their democratic right. It is a big day for France. It is a choice between Emmanuel Macron, the incumbent, the current sitting president, bidding to become the first president to be re-elected for 20 years, or Marine Le Pen, who's from the National Rally.
Well, it's interesting, isn't it, Paul, that, I mean, this has been, in terms of the polls, I mean, we're talking about the potential of a 10% gap, maybe, something like that, but still a lot of the experts seem to think it could come out quite a bit tighter.
Yeah, and key to that, Stephen, will be voter turnout. I mean, you guys were talking about it yesterday. 72% is expected to be the turnout, which by British standards would be high. By French standards, they do love to go and vote in France. That would be quite low. So voter turnout is going to be key. We spoke to two people yesterday. One said they were going to abstain, they were going to spoil their ballot. Someone else said, well, I'm going to reluctantly vote for Macron. I don't really want to, but I'm going to have to because I don't like Marine Le Pen. So a lot of people are expected to stay away from the polls. Remember that in the first round of this election, right, more than half the electorate voted for the far left or the far right. They didn't vote for Emmanuel Macron. So now they're left with choosing between Macron and what is said to be a far-right candidate. So voter turnout is going to be key in deciding how big the margin of victory is for Macron. Indeed, if he does win. I mean, if he didn't win, it would be absolutely enormous for France and Europe if Marine Le Pen was to win. But we'll find out around 8 o'clock this evening when the polls close. Emmanuel Macron's team are setting up underneath the Eiffel Tower. Marine Le Pen's team are setting up in one of Paris's two big city parks to the west of the city. So we'll find out later this evening after 8 o'clock. There'll be a snap exit poll, just as there is in the general election in the UK. We'll then find out whether Emmanuel Macron is going to get another 5 years or whether it's going to be a Marine Le Pen presidency.
We shall see. Paul, thanks very much.
It's going to be a long day for you, isn't it? Shall we find out a bit more then from